So now we have exchange delivery restrictions. So if you are sending an email to any user, or any user is sending an email to any user, we have attachment size restrictions. We have attachment size restrictions. Now, what is the default attachment size restriction? Right. So if you want to attach any file and send to a user, what will be the size of that user? Right. So the default is 20 MB. The default is 20 MB. Now you can configure these message attachment size restrictions. These are generally configured at two levels, either with at your transport route or at your send and receive connectors. Now we have not configured any send connectors at present. So if we go to servers, sorry, if we have mail flow and we have send connector. So we have not configured any send connectors here, right? We have receive connectors, right? So these are configured at two levels, at your transport rule level or at your receive and send connectors. So if I go to Eclipse's button and we'll go to organizational transport settings. Now we have the maximum receive message size is 10 MB and send message size is 10 MB, right? So it is maximum message size. Now if you go to delivery, we have not settings any configured. Now this limits we want to modify, right? So first of all, we want to these are at transport level, transport rule levels. Now if we understand what sizes are defined at receive connectors and send connectors. So this I can easily identify through GUI, but let's make use of exchange management shell. Clear the screen. I hope my screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. So first of all, I need to set the mailbox size for a user, right? We'll see how to set for a user, how to view message size restrictions for the connectors, and how to view the message size restrictions for the transport settings. Right. So now, why we are making use of these management shells? So in production, you will be generally making use of management shell only, right? You will not be managing all the stuff using your GUI, right? So the command to view, right? So we have the get command, get transport configuration, where we will pipe the results in the format list format, and we require only max send size and maximum receive size. We'll press enter. Right, so you can see we have 10 MB of sending and 10 MB of receiving. We saw that through GUI also. We saw that through GUI also. Now let's view at the receiving connector end. So we'll run the command get receive connector, where we'll pipe the results again in the same manner, forward list name and the max message size. You can see the default is this exchange server. So we have 36 MB as the maximum receiving size from outside. This is the maximum size. Now, once the receive connector receives, then it will go to the transport rule. So the maximum applicable is at the transport rule level only. So, though we have defined at receiving connector 36 MB, but we will not be able to receive of 36 MB because the transport rule is configured to receive only of 10 MB. Now we have not defined any send connector, but let's try to view the send connector settings. So get send connector. Again, we'll pipe the results, format list, name, and maximum message size. So here it is not showing any output. Why it is not showing output? Because we have not configured any send connector. We have not configured any set connector. Now let's say I want to view the results. I want to view the results of a specific user. What user message restrictions are configured for the attachment size or for the message size. Now, in order to do that, what I'll do, I'll come to recipients and we have, let's say, user Krishna Teja, right? Let's fetch for the user Krishna Teja. So we'll fetch the command get mailbox, right? Mailbox with identity Krishna Teja, and we will pipe the results and format list name and max send size and max receive size. Right, so for user it is configured unlimited. Though it is configured unlimited, right? We have restrictions of the transport rule. We have the restrictions of transport rule. Applicable settings will be of the transport rule unless you have explicitly configured. Let's view for another user Seema Patel also. So I'm viewing executing the command for user another user also. Format list name max send size and max receive size. So here for this user also it is configured unlimited. It is configured unlimited. Now let's say you want to modify this sizes. You want to modify this sizes, right? So in order to modify, so we need to modify at the transport rule level. How we will modify at the transport rule level? So first let's view again what is the size for the transport rule level. So get transport config where we want to view format list, max send size and max receive size. It is 10 MB, right? It is 10 MB. Now, perform this action, in order to perform this action, the important thing we need to do is that we need to stop the exchange services. We need to stop the exchange services first. Then only we'll be able to configure it. Right now, what I'm doing, I'm viewing what are the exchange services. So we can fetch the exchange service by running the command get exchange, right? We want to get service, right? Sorry, my bad, get service, and I want to filter it out with the service name as exchange, wherever the service name is exchange, right? And we'll press enter. So service. Get service. Yeah, so here you can see it is showing me all the exchange services. My bad was that I put it in quotes. It will be wildcard character, right? So here we have all these services of exchange. right? These all services are of exchange. Now you can see some services are running, some services are stopped, right? Some services are on demand. Now we need to stop the service. We need to stop this service. Now here I can see one Hyper-V data exchange service. Now this is not related to my exchange. This is related to Hyper-V. This is related to Hyper-V. So I want to exclude this service. I want to exclude this service. So what I'll do, get hyphen service where I need for exchange, but I want to exclude it. So I'll format list. Sorry, I'll pipe it where the service name. Sorry, it will be Eclipse curly brackets. Yeah, and I'll say dollar. Sorry, where display is right. I want to exclude the service name which is not equal to Hyper-V, right? Display name not like right Hyper-V. I am excluding this service. I am excluding the service of Hyper-V. Now this I need to put the value, sorry, and the quotes. Right, so now it has excluded my Hyper-V service. It has excluded my Hyper-V service. Now we want to stop these services. We want to stop these services, right? Before doing it. Right, so either we need to restart the service or stop the services. Now I'll not stop the service. What I'll do first, I'll go to my Exchange admin center. We'll go to servers, sorry, mail flow. We'll go to organizational settings, and I'm going to modify this attachment size as 30 MB. Send and receive both. We'll save it. Now I need to restart my services. I need to restart my services. So I'll be using the same command. This, I don't want to restart the Hyper-V service. I don't want to restart the Hyper-V service, but I want to restart all other services. So again, I'll pipe the results and I'll say restart service force and I'll press enter. So my services are getting restarted. We'll wait for it. It is restarting all the Exchange services. Now we'll again fetch all the services whether they are started or not. I'm going to pull the same command and I'm just going to remove this restart commandlet. So my almost all services are running. All services are running. And we will again fetch the transport rule settings, get transport config, where I need to pipe the results with a format list by max send size and max receive size. So now it is configured as 30 MB. It is configured as 30 MB. Clear till now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now let's say if you want to configure settings for a specific user, right? If you want to configure settings for a specific user, let's say I want to configure settings for the user Krishna and I want to give 35 MB of send and receive size, right? For a user Krishna. So what we can do, we can run the set mailbox commandlet with an identity Krishna Teja, and we'll configure the max receive size as 35 MB and max send size as 35 MB. So now what we have done, we have explicitly defined settings for the user Krishna. Now let's try to receive the information of the user. Get mailbox. Our identity is Krishna Teja, and we want the results in the format list. So we'll pipe it format list max receive size and max send size. So you can see it is showing. Sorry, receive spelling is wrong. Let's see. Okay, now we have send and receive side both as 35 MB. Both as 35 MB. Clear till now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what we are going to do. So this was about message size restrictions. Now if a user Krishna wants to send a message or want to receive a message, the maximum size limit will be of 35 MB only. Whereas for another users is how much?
30 MB.
30 MB. At transport rule, it is 30 MB, and for each individual eventually it is defined as unlimited. It is
Yes.
defined as unlimited. Now we have already seen how to configure mail tips. Remember how we have configured mail tips?
Yes, sir.
Right, so I'm not covering mail tips again, or shall I cover? Yes, Rajesh, remember?
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Uh, so we have changed the send and receive size of transport rule to 30 MB.
Hmm.
So users will be receiving uh, file size of only 30 MB on send and receive, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Or I'm wrong?
Yeah. So see, eventually it is for each user, it is configured as unlimited. But
Hmm.
technically, the transport rule applies first. Let's try. What I'll do, I'll download a file size and we'll send to user Krishna. Right. So Sonali is sending an mail to Krishna. Let's find a file size of more than 30 MB. I'll find some file size, or let me open this and it. So you can see we have this of 31.8 MB, right? There's 31.8 MB. I'm copying this to a folder on the desktop. Data. And you want to attach these all files, 31.6 MB, right? So we'll ask user Sonali to send email to Krishna, right? Attach files, desktop, right? So what is saying? The following files weren't attached because adding them would cause the message to exceed the maximum size limit of 25 MB. Got it?
Sir, but we have given send and receive size to Krishna as 35 MB, right?
Yeah.
Then he should receive more than 25 MB, right?
Yeah, but Sonali doesn't have. Sonali has restrictions.
Okay, okay. Sonali cannot send more than 25 MB.
Yeah.
But as per transport rule, she need to send 30 MB, no, sir. As per transport rule, her send size should be 30 MB.
Yeah. And what was the size at receiving connector? Receiving
If
connector was 36 MB. Then it should, yes, correct. I should. Oh, why it is giving me an error. That is 25 MB.
Sir, can
The
you run the command for get app mailbox for Sonali?
Yeah. Yeah, for Sonali, we have defined the restrictions. Correct, correct. No, we didn't define for user Sonali.
We didn't just want to check how much send and receive size she has.
She has unlimited. So the unlimited is by default 25 MB only, I assume.
Then at least as per transport rule, it should she need to send that more than 30 MB.
Yeah. Okay, let's do. We'll configure size for Sonali. Let wait. Now let's try. We'll discard this mail. Refresh it. We'll try again. Just a second. So what we have, we will check it again. We'll log out from user Sonali and we'll try to re-log in again. And we'll try to attach the attachment again. It is showing like this, the following. First of all, we have configured. Let me wait. We'll go to the Exchange Admin Center, the CPNs. We'll select the user Sonali, edit settings, email features. It's 35 MB.
Don't know, sir, why this is not working, but my actual doubt is if the transport rule size is send and receive size is 30 MB,
Hmm.
uh, and we didn't assign any uh, send and receive size to any of the user except other than Krishna and Sonali, we didn't assign any message size to any other user. So
Hmm.
by default, their send and receive size is unlimited. So they should be able to send, right?
No, I don't think so. It would go unlimited. See, for example, let me open Google.
Okay, if it is not working for unlimited, we have set the transport rule as 30 MB, no, sir. So at least that should work, right?
Sorry, come again.
The transport rule send and receive size is 30 MB.
Hmm.
Even though it is unlimited, at least user should able to send 30 and should receive 30 MB.
Yeah, see, sometimes it takes time to get
Mhm.
applied to a user, right? So maximum size for a message received is 10 MB and connector limits are maximum size of message sent through Active Directory site link, delivery agent connector. By default, see, it is showing 35 MB if we have configured. Let's go to the management shell and mail flow. It is 36 MB only. For organizational settings, we define 30 MB. Then why it is giving an error? Let's try with Krishna. No, this was no, this is Sonali's account only. No? We'll log in with Krishna.
I guess it might take some time, sir, for send and receive to reflect.
For Krishna, it's also it is coming 25 MB. I don't know why it is coming 25. Yeah, but ideally it should be immediate within 5 minutes only because we are on the local machine itself. We're not in the network. That is my concern. I updated this. We eventually restarted the services also. Let me check if any transport rule is no transport rule is also not defined. Let me set 200 MB. Okay, let's go and try once again. We'll discard this message. We'll log out, close the session, and we'll launch again the session. We'll click on new attachment, desktop, dummy data. Still it is showing 25 MB.
So try to send it, sir. Try to send it and we'll see whether it goes
But it
or
is
not.
not attaching. No, see, we have 3 plus 3, 6 plus 2, 8 files.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is attaching only 7 files. It is not attaching the 8th file.
Mhm.
Let me download a PDF file from internet. Hold on. I don't know why it is taking so much time.
Sir, for suppose other than Krishna and Sonali,
Hmm.
uh, let's take any other user as example which we have created, any other user. And if
Hmm.
that user tries to send a 30 MB file or receives, will that other user will be able to send and receive 30 MB file?
Come again, come again.
For example, other than Krishna and Sonali, there are
Hmm.
other users also, no sir, other than
Hmm.
Krishna and Sonali. So will that
Hmm.
users be able to send and receive 30 MB files as per transport rule?
Let's
Hmm.
see.
Actually, that is
We
my
have
doubt.
defined trust. No, no, no. We define now transport rule as 100 MB, na?
Now we have changed it to 100 MB. So in that case
Yeah.
also they should able to send and receive till the 100 MB.
Yeah.
I mean, other than Krishna and Sonali, their limit is only 35 MB.
Let's try again. Right. Let me. So I have downloaded 2 files of 31 MB. So let's try to attach it. Single file only. Notice showing the restrictions. Let's sign out.
And sir, I guess that is not a file, PDF file.
It is a file.
It is showing as a HTML document.
Yeah, but eventually it is 30 MB file. Let me have the extension view file name extension. See, it is a PDF file
Oh, okay, okay. I because of the icon.
because PDF reader is not there no on Exchange machine.
Okay, okay.
It is my virtual machine. Okay, so let's so we configured the size for how many users? We have configured size for 3 users. I hope so.
For Krishna and Sonali only, sir, we have set 35 MB.
For SEMA also we configured it. For SEMA it is unlimited. Let's try to send from SEMA's
Mm,
account. Each user is having 25 MB.
yeah, but the file is not attached.
Yeah, it will not get attached because it is restricting about 25 MB. If the file size was below 25 MB, see, if I go
Mhm,
back, right, if I try to attach a file which is less than 25 MB, right, so
mhm,
I'm attaching this 13 MB file, right? It is 13
mhm,
MB. You can see 13 MB file got attached. If I attach one
mhm,
more file, right, 2 MB, there's 15 MB,
mhm, mhm.
right, 17 MB. Right, 17 plus 2, 19 MB approx, right, 20 MB. Now you can see I was trying to attach file size of approx 8 MB. It is giving me an error,
Mhm.
right? So why it is doing so? I need to check it. Default message, send and receive. Okay, see here it is showing a document that 33% it will consume for the message headers and another binary things. Right, so if I want approximate size of 48 MB, I need to configure it for 64 MB. Eventually, we have defined 100 MB, right? Transport rule settings.
So,
So it is why it is taking. If I have defined for the user 35 MB, it is taking 25 MB. Let's define see what it is. Okay, let's go to Exchange admin center. Let me edit these things and here let's define 100 MB. Let me restart these services again. What happened, Krishna? You dropped off?
No, sir. My internet connection.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, connected to another network.
Okay, so my services are started. Now let's go back to the user's login. We'll discard this message. We'll sign out the user. We'll relaunch the OVA. Still it is showing 25 MB only. Still it is showing the same thing. Hold on, hold on. Push punch. So this article is also saying the same thing what we have did. Because what we are doing is the standard thing. Maybe it will take time, we'll wait. Meanwhile, I'll share this article also in the chat. If you find that